Member after the Modi government moved it to the Joint Parliamentary Committee, Nishikant Dubey, Member of Parliament of the BJP, has made it very clear that there seems to be some interference from foreign elements when it comes to the deliberations over the Waqf Bill and proposed amendments. He has said that the role of Zakir Naik, the ISI as well as China needs to be investigated when it comes to influencing the deliberations over the bill in the JPC and has sought an investigation by the Ministry of Home Affairs. But the opposition, primarily led by AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi, have made it very clear that any BJP push coming in over the Waqf amendment is only a plot to end the entire system.
नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार है, वो वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज को बचाने के लिए, वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज को डेवलप करने के लिए, वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज में एफिशिएंसी लाने के लिए ये बिल नहीं लाई है। ये बिल इसलिए लाया गया है ताकि हमेशा के लिए वक्फ बोर्ड को खत्म कर दिया जाए।
And I'm joined by my colleague Arun Dhanta on the broadcast to get the latest when it comes to the political war of words over the Waqf amendment. Now, Arun, we also saw the letter coming in from a top archbishop of the country who has said that several Waqf properties, Waqf claims, if you will, have been made on Christian properties in Kerala. There have been several concerns being raised over the encroachment of several Waqf boards across the country, but at the same time, the opposition making it very clear that any pitch to amend the Waqf Bill is only a BJP conspiracy, even though Nishikant Dubey has raised concerns over foreign intervention. How is this playing out?
Well, that's right. Opposition parties have been saying this, that there is no need to bring this Waqf Bill, and this will, of course, be some sort of partiality with the Muslims and the Waqf board if government brings this bill, and that was the reason why they wanted larger discussion on this. The matter was sent to the Joint Parliamentary Committee, which is being headed by Jagdambika Pal, BJP MP. Now, what Nishikant Dubey has written in that letter to the chairman of JPC is that he is smelling some larger international conspiracy behind the suggestions and the responses which they have got. In fact, in that letter which he has written, he has talked about the influence of ISI, China, Pakistan, and in fact Zakir Naik also. The committee has got 1.25 CR suggestion responses in this regard, which JPC has in fact sought from the people. Now, the question which Nishikant Dubey is asking is that there needs to be proper inquiry in this regard about the generation of the suggestions, the location of that suggestion which has come to the JPC. What is the larger conspiracy on this? Because the overwhelming response which they are getting, that too especially against the Waqf Bill, is something which is worrying, and that is the reason why he has in fact written this letter and wanted MHA, Minister of Home Affairs, to actually look into it, and therefore the matter has been placed before Jagdambika Pal, who's the chairperson of the Joint Parliamentary Committee. So we'll have to see that how the JPC and the government are going to take this matter forward. But he has raised his concerns and wanted to have that fair investigation in this entire matter, because where the JPC has received 1.225 crore suggestions is something which has not expected by the JPC, and therefore they are suggesting to have some sort of inquiry in this entire matter to find out what exactly is the motive behind. Is there any conspiracy to damage the image of the country or to play with the democratic setup and the values of the country? So that's something which Nishikant Dubey is demanding through this letter. Opposition parties, of course, have their own points to talk about, and government has also been very lenient in that regard, and that was the reason why we have seen that the Waqf Bill, in fact, was sent to the JPC, and we've seen in the meetings which so far happened of JPC, opposition parties have put forth their views in this regard, and this is also seeking suggestions is also part of the JPC's proceedings because they want to know the views of people across the country. So the worrying thing which he's flagging, Nishikant Dubey is flagging, is that whether there is any international or conspiracy of China, Pakistan, ISI, and that's something which needs to be ascertained.
Right, but Arun, just to be very clear, Nishikant Dubey is raising this alarm given the volume of the suggestions that have come into the JPC, because clearly the JPC has not gone into the finer details of all these suggestions given, as you were pointing out, the volume of the suggestions that have come in, lakhs and lakhs of suggestions coming in from across the country, because the opposition's counter to Nishikant Dubey is that he's just playing scare tactics, he's playing scare politics, which will ultimately only be used by the BJP to target the minority community. That is the charge coming in from the BJP. Sorry, excuse me, the opposition.
Nishikant Dubey has been making it very clear that they've got overwhelming response in this regard, the suggestions which they have sought from the people. But the fact of the matter is that what is wrong in finding out the truth behind this response which they are getting? There is nothing wrong which is saying in getting...
Arun, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm joined by Anila Singh of the BJP. Thank you, Ms. Singh, for joining us on CNN News 18 on this latest twister that's come in over the deliberations over the Waqf amendment push coming in from the BJP government. Why is Nishikant Dubey claiming that there could be an ISI, China or Zakir Naik hand? He has no information. He's requesting an investigation by the Home Ministry. But this entire pitch is coming in from a member of Parliament of the BJP, just given the number of suggestions that have come in to the JPC. So he's using the number of suggestions that have come in, which go into the lakhs, to cite the fact that there could be a conspiracy at play. Isn't this just politicking at the end of the day? I think we've lost that line with Anila Singh. We'll try to reconnect with her. But that is the pitch coming in from Nishikant Dubey, that given the number of suggestions that have come into the JPC, Nishikant Dubey claims that there could be a conspiracy at play to flood all the suggestions, to try to push a certain narrative when it comes to the suggestions given to the JPC, even though the Modi government has made it very clear that they want a consensus, a pan-India consensus, even among the political parties when it comes to any amendment to the Waqf Bill. But given the fact that lakhs and lakhs of suggestions have come into the JPC, Nishikant Dubey has made the pitch that there could be possible interference of the ISI, China and even Zakir Naik, the controversial Islamic preacher. And he has sought an investigation by the Home Ministry to try to ascertain the details of these suggestions which are coming in, to try to rule out any kind of conspiracy at play. So that is the latest development that's coming in, but the opposition has made it very clear that this is just scare tactics being pushed by the BJP, which ultimately will be used to target the minority community. Arun, we tried to connect with Anila Singh over there, but clearly the war words of this entire matter only escalating. Asaduddin Owaisi leading the charge against the BJP, saying that the ultimate aim is to put down the Muslim community of this country. We'll try to reconnect with my colleague Arun over there. But that is the latest that's coming in when it comes to the deliberations over the Waqf Amendment Bill. Remember, the JPC has received lakhs and lakhs of suggestions, but Nishikant Dubey has made it very clear that when it comes to the volume of suggestions that have come in, there could be something fishy and there could be some foreign intervention which needs to be investigated by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Shifting focus to some more breaking news. We're getting a big piece of breaking news when it comes to the developments coming in when it comes to big breaking news coming in from securities editor Manoj Gupta when it comes to the security infrastructure across the country, and this is concerning the Waqf Amendment Bill deliberations. Now what we are learning is that what could be at play over here is an infiltration bid from Manipur. That is what we are learning when it comes to the developments coming in. On the security front, ladies and gentlemen, what we are learning is that there could be an infiltration crisis coming in from Manipur. Now, what we are learning is that given the delicate situation in Manipur, there are reports of 900 cookies and their infiltration of certain cookie groups in Manipur. No ground reports of this kind of infiltration so far. The CRPF has reached inside these Kuki areas after replacing the Assam rifles. Some vested interests don't want the peace process to continue. Now, top intelligence sources have also told CNN News 18 that 4 CRPF companies have reached Manipur and are deployed deep inside Kuki areas. These companies have replaced 22 Assam rifles. So the question remains that when it comes to this infiltration news that's coming in of around 900 cookies, what could be the reality on the ground? To get more details, I'm joined by my colleague Anshul Singh on this big piece of breaking news. Anshul, over to you.
Just a few days ago, this press conference was actually done by the security advisor in Manipur, in which he had actually went ahead and claimed that there are inputs that approximately 900 armed Kuki militants, as he called them, have actually infiltrated into the borders of Manipur from the side of Myanmar. Post this, there was a big controversy that had broken out. In fact, the Kuki groups, including KSU, the Kuki Student Organization, and other Kuki groups such as ITLF, all had come on record and in fact went ahead and said that this information is absolutely false. And now what top sources are telling us, especially from the CRPF team that has reached on the ground, remember CRPF was deployed over there after a youth protest that was done from the side of Meiteis, where they had claimed that the Assam rifles who was already deployed over there, they were taking the side of Kukis, and hence this entire change of guard happened, where finally now the CRPF has taken over. And what CRPF sources are now telling us,
Right, so that is the delicate security situation on the ground. Anshul, at the same time, given the fact that this entire controversy has raged over several months, what is the government's game plan going forward? They've replaced the Assam rifles with the CRPF companies, but tensions remain on the ground given the fact that there is no resolution between the two communities.
well, definitely there is a massive trust deficit that can be sensed on the ground, especially when it comes to both these groups of Kukis and Meiteis. There is a massive trust deficit. Now, the first job of the government is to make sure that all these people can be brought on the talking table. At this point in time, there has been no upfront talks. Yes, back channel talks have been going on, but there is no official talk that has happened between these two groups and the government at this point in time. The Kukis continue to maintain that they need a separate space for them, which will be an union territory with its own legislative, is what the Kukis are claiming. But on the same hand, the Meiteis say that if at all the hill area is given to the Kukis, then there will be nothing left for the Meiteis or for the state of Manipur to actually survive on. So this is something that is underway. The government at this point in time is trying to pacify both these sides, and the information that we have picked up, especially the news that we have broken right now, this is the information that actually narrates that how this input that was actually given to the security advisor, this input was actually given in some way or the other to harm the peace process that is underway in Manipur at this point in time. So yes, the government is trying to pacify both the sides. The government is trying to build an environment in which a dialogue could start, and definitely the manner in which the situation is, the talks are happening, the back channel talks are happening at this point in time. It seems like that the government is willing to find a resolution, but yes, it remains to be seen how willing are both these groups of Kukis and Meiteis to actually find a resolution, because as I visited on the ground, one thing that I sensed over there specifically is that there is a massive trust deficit between both these communities. They do not trust each other, and initially to build an environment and then eventually to make sure that this trust deficit goes down quickly is something that is the aim of the government. How quickly will that happen? That is something that remains to be seen. But at this point in time as well, even after the CRPF and central forces have been deployed on the ground, especially manning the borders between the Kukis and Meiteis areas, definitely there is a lot of tension that is still that can still be sensed in Manipur. The government is focusing on finding a resolution, but this resolution can take a long time to actually be implemented on the ground.
Right, thank you, Anshul, for getting us the latest. We will continue to track all the developments coming in. For now, quick break. More news and updates on the other side.
take the lion's share in the second phase because it's all national conference election.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Now remember, other than speaking about why there must be a foreign delegation visiting Jammu and Kashmir to oversee elections, Omar Abdullah has also spoken about how Rahul Gandhi needs to focus on Jammu more. Now to that, BJP has now taken a dig on the National Conference and Congress alliance, and they have said that their alliance is of confusion with no mission. Also, the kind of statements that are coming shows the frustration of Omar Abdullah and also in turn the Congress party. And further they go on to state that Omar Abdullah is slamming Congress and asking them to focus on Jammu. And that is something that speaks volumes about this particular alliance of confusion as per the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's take a look at Shahzad Poonawala responding to the statements that have been made by Omar Abdullah on the Congress party.
The alliance is an alliance of confusion, no mission or no vision, and therefore we can see the kind of statements that are coming out in frustration because people of Jammu Kashmir are giving them a cold shoulder to these PPP, Parivarwadi, Pakistan Parasti and Patharbazi patronizing parties. And therefore, Omar Abdullah has to contest from 2 seats, and Omar Abdullah is slamming Congress, saying that you focus on Jammu, you have not started your campaign in Jammu, nothing is happening by Congress party in Jammu. Already, before the nikah is final, the talaq has started. It is because people have given them cold shoulder, and after removal of Article 370 and 35A, only support they're getting is from Pakistan. They're getting no other support. They're getting support from terrorists. And we have seen the kind of endorsement they have done. They want to impose 370. On that, Congress is silent. They want to remove Arakshan for Valmiki Samaj. Congress is silent. Congress party is silent on Omar Abdullah's statement on Afzal Guru. And now Afzal Guru's supporter, Omar Abdullah, is slamming Congress and saying that you are not doing anything in Jammu. This is the kind of antagonism that they have in their alliance, only because they are there for sake of ambition and power and for their own special status, not for the special status of the people of Jammu Kashmir. Nikah se pehle hi talaq.
Now also joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Sameer Bhatt, who's joining us from Naushera in Jammu. Sameer, सबसे पहले तो जम्मू में जो वोटर टर्नआउट हुआ है, हमें ये जानकारी मिल रही है कि 10% वोटर टर्नआउट ऑलरेडी रिकॉर्ड कर दिया गया है. अभी हम सिर्फ अर्ली फेजेस ऑफ इलेक्शन की बात कर रहे हैं. इसके बारे में थोड़ा ताज़ा जानकारी दीजिए हमें.
देखिए, अगर हम राजौरी, पुंछ और रियासी की बात करें तो यहाँ पे टर्नआउट अच्छा हुआ है. रियासी की अगर हम बात करें तो 14% हुआ है. राजौरी और पुंछ में भी 12% हुआ है. और जहाँ नौशहरा में हूँ यहाँ पे भी अच्छा टर्नआउट देखने को मिल रहा है. और आप देख सकते हैं जो यहाँ पे खड़े हैं लोग अपनी बारी का इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं. और ये जो विजुअल्स हैं, ये जो आपको दृश्य दिख रहे हैं, ये हर जगह पे आपको यही दृश्य दिखेंगे. और लगातार लोगों का आना भी जारी है. आप देख सकते हैं हमारे साथ. आप वोट डालने आ रहे हैं?
जी सर, हाँ, वोट डालने के लिए आए हैं. और यहाँ के सबसे पॉपुलर और लोगों का कुछ बनाने वाले सिर्फ रैना साहब हैं. जी
जी, वो आपकी अपनी है. किसको आप वोट डाल रहे हैं? इशू क्या है जो आप किन उम्मीदों के साथ नई सरकार से चाहते हैं?
सर, ये नई सरकार का हम ये चाहते हैं कि जो हमारे गांव में लंबेरी एक पछड़ा हुआ गांव था, रैना साहब ने रेड एंट्री से दिल्ली की हिस्ट्री में लिखवा दिया. ये सबसे बड़ा काम है. और इस काम के लिए अगर रैना साहब यहाँ से जीत के सेंटर में भेजेंगे, हमारे जो रहते हुए काम हैं इन्होंने बहुत यहाँ डेवलपमेंट की है. लेकिन हम ये उम्मीद करते हैं कि रैना साहब यहाँ से जीत के जाएं, सेंटर से कुछ अमाउंट लाएंगे और इलाके की आगे तरक्की होगी. हम इसी पे उम्मीद रखते हैं.
10 साल के बाद है. और जब यहाँ पे गाँव की बात कर रहे हैं, गाँव में अपने अपने मसले हैं, मुश्किलात होती हैं. आपको क्या लगता है? बहुत सारी चीज़ें तो हुई हैं, जो अभी तक नहीं हुआ है वो क्या क्या है?
रैना साहब ने यहाँ के तो 4 चांद लगा दिए, रास्ते बना दिए, सड़कें बना दी, स्कूल सीधे कर दिए. आप ये उम्मीद करते हैं कि ये यहाँ के जीत की जाएंगे और जो काम रहते हैं उनको ये पूरा कर पाएंगी.
ठीक है, कुछ लोगों से जो युवा हैं उनसे भी बात करें. आप युवा हैं, पहली बार वोट डाल रहे हैं?
नहीं,
सेकंड बार है. क्या आप चाहते हैं? उम्मीदें क्या है नई सरकार से? जो आपके चुने हुए लेजिस्लेटर उनसे क्या चाहते हैं?
अच्छा करें और क्या कर सकते हैं.
आपने पढ़ा है?
हाँ.
कितनी तक पढ़ाई की?
मैं 10th.
अच्छा, तो यहाँ पे आप क्या चाहते हैं? बेरोजगारी क्योंकि
दूसरे फेज की पोलिंग जो है सुबह से शुरू हुई है। फिलहाल जो रिपोर्ट्स हैं अच्छी तादाद में वोटर जो है अपने वोट का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। अब मुझसे बार बार पूछा जाता है कि हमारी क्या उम्मीदें हैं, हमारी क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन।
Welcome back. After Yogi Adityanath issued a directive saying that all eateries across Uttar Pradesh should display the name of the owners as well as the proprietors, coming in the wake of several controversies when it comes to the identity of proprietors of several eateries across Uttar Pradesh. Now, the same move is coming in from the Himachal Pradesh government that is run by the Congress. Now, the Urban Development Minister of Himachal Pradesh has made the same pitch when it comes to eateries as well as food outlets in the state of Himachal Pradesh. Now, this pitch has caused a political uproar because the opposition attacked the Yogi government for citing the fact that several food outlets as well as eateries must have the name of the owners as well as the proprietors. Once the Yogi Adityanath government made that ruling, opposition claimed that the move was discriminatory as well as anti-Muslim. But the same move is now coming in from the Congress government in Himachal Pradesh.
ये लिखना और ये केवल नाम मुझे लगाना, ये मुझे लगता है केवल भ्रमित करना, लोगों को भ्रम पैदा करना, ये सब इनका काम। पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन में गरीब लोगों को प्रताड़ित किया जाएगा, साधारण ठेला खुमचा वाले उनको बेचारों को परेशान किया जाएगा, उनसे जो है पैसे वसूले जाएंगे, उनको प्रताड़ित करके उससे पैसे बांधेंगे, महीना बांधेंगे, ये काम करेंगे। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि ये तो और बुरा हाल है। ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को रोज़गार देने का काम करने का समय है, पर ये सरकार केवल लोगों को प्रताड़ित कर रही है, परेशान कर रही है।
कि हर क्षेत्र में जनता को कहा कि तुम्हारे सम्मान, सुरक्षा और समृद्धि पर ठेस नहीं आने पाएगा। लगता है कि जनता में कुछ लोग धार्मिक उन्माद पैदा करना चाहते हैं जिससे कि वो लोग लड़ जाएं आपस में कि ये है, तो उसकी समरसता कायम करने के लिए कानूनी का सहारा हो सकता है। और निश्चित रूप में पहले भी बयान दे चुका हूँ कि लोगों के दुकान पर प्रोप्राइटर का नाम होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारी सरकार तो रेहड़ी पर 10,000 रुपया तो आधार कार्ड पर पैसा दे रही है। तो आधार कार्ड पर पैसा तभी पाओगे जब दुकान का नाम लिखे रहोगे आप, अपना आधार कार्ड और नंबर मोबाइल सही रहेगा। तो बिना भेदभाव के ये तो नहीं लिखा है कि दूसरे वर्ग को नहीं देना है। तो ये कानून तो पहले बनना चाहिए, मेरे नीति निर्धारित होना चाहिए। जैसा भी आवश्यकता पड़ता है, जो वादा किया था माननीय मुख्यमंत्री ने, उसके हिसाब से हमेशा नीति निर्धारित बना रहे हैं। मैं उसका समर्थन करता हूँ।
बिल्कुल स्वागत योग्य निर्णय है। और अभी जिस तरह की बात आई, कोई पेशाब डाल रहा है जूस में, कोई थूक डाल रहा है, रोटी बना रहा है उसमें थूक डाल रहा है, और उसके बाद जिस तरह से लोगों का धर्म भ्रष्ट करने का प्रयास किया गया, तो ये जो किया जा रहा है ये इसके ज़रूरी इसलिए भी है कि वो काम करने वाले कौन हैं। कोई उसमें अपराधी तो नहीं है, कोई क्रिमिनल तो नहीं है, कोई ऐसा तो नहीं कोई ऐसी बड़ी घटना कर दे, जहर मिला दे, कुछ कर दे। तो इसलिए योगी जी ने कहा है लोगों को मालूम होना चाहिए इसका ओनर कौन है, इसका संचालक कौन है, और जो कर्मी वहाँ पर काम कर रहे हैं वो कौन है, उनका पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन है। हमारे नौकर जो होते हैं उनका भी वेरिफिकेशन ये मस्ट है।
देखिए, ये एक सतर्क मुख्यमंत्री का एक संवेदनशील निर्णय है। उनके प्रति जवाबदेही है भारत के सभी नागरिकों के प्रति, और उत्तर प्रदेश में जो आस्था है उससे खिलवाड़ ना हो, जो शुद्धता है उसे आने वाले त्योहारों में छेड़छाड़ ना हो, ये भी सरकार का नैतिक दायित्व है। सरकार खाद्य सामग्रियों का समय समय पर, उत्तर प्रदेश ही ऐसा प्रदेश है जहाँ पर चेकिंग भी होती है और पकड़े भी जाते हैं लोग, और सरकार ने इसमें सतर्कता बरती है। ये अच्छा यही होता है कि घटना घटने के बाद कोई सतर्कता बरते, इससे अच्छा है कि सतर्कता पहले बरते जिससे घटना ही ना हो। तो मैं मुख्यमंत्री जी को बधाई दूंगा।
And I'm joined by my colleague Arun Dhanta on the broadcast. So Arun, how is this playing out in Himachal Pradesh given the vociferous nature by which the Congress party opposed the similar directive in Uttar Pradesh?
Well, it's a very interesting decision of the Vikramaditya Singh, who holds the Urban Development Ministry in Himachal Pradesh. We still await any response from the Chief Minister's office in this regard, because in the Uttar Pradesh's case, of course, it's a government decision announced by the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. But what happened in Himachal Pradesh, and that interestingly, when Vikramaditya Singh put out that post on Facebook, and that has the screenshots of the story of Uttar Pradesh, and of course with the photograph of Yogi Adityanath, when he said that Himachal Pradesh is also going to follow the same thing which Uttar Pradesh has done now. So in Himachal Pradesh, we will see, as per the directions of the minister, every eatery, restaurant, dhaba, or store owners will have to ensure that they will have their proper identification number being pasted on the reception. And this decision has come after the rigorous protest that we saw in Himachal Pradesh in different parts of the state against that alleged illegal construction of the masjid in Sanjoli, where people were saying that migrants are coming to Himachal Pradesh from other states without any verification. There is no process for it. So taking that forward, Vikramaditya Singh's ministry has taken this decision. And in fact, Congress party and other opposition parties who were criticizing the decision of Yogi Adityanath till yesterday about his decision in the state will have, of course, to give some sort of response in this regard also, that a state which is ruled by Congress itself, their minister and their government is taking a decision which is in fact echoing the same sentiment and the sense which BJP ruled state Uttar Pradesh is doing. So Vikramaditya Singh making it very clear that with this decision they are ensuring what people of the state in Himachal Pradesh have been asking. There is proper verification. There has been a demand of the identification of those people who are coming and opening up stores in Himachal Pradesh. So we are still awaiting any larger response coming from the Himachal government. When I say this, I mean the Chief Minister's office, because we have seen in the past Vikramaditya Singh and Sukhwinder Singh Sukh, who is the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, have not been on the same page, whether it is participating in the Ram temple ceremony in Ayodhya, when there was a clear direction to all Congress leaders not to participate. Vikramaditya Singh had gone ahead and participated in that program, or there have been various instances where he has spoken out of the party line as far as Vikramaditya Singh is concerned. So this time, once again, he has taken this decision, and he is openly flaunting it on social media that, look, we have taken this decision, and this decision is very much on the lines what Uttar Pradesh government has done.
Right, but Arun, at the same time, this does put the Congress unit in Uttar Pradesh on a sticky wicket, because the Congress party and the SP both have expanded their presence in Uttar Pradesh. They delivered a significant blow to the BJP in Uttar Pradesh. But the BJP, of course, leveraging its Hindutva politics in the state. But given the fact that the Congress party is in two voices in two states, one in Uttar Pradesh and one in Himachal Pradesh, it puts the overall Congress narrative in jeopardy.
Well, that's right, and the same point which I was highlighting, that how now Congress party would in fact object to the decision of Yogi Adityanath. In fact, yesterday when Uttar Pradesh government taken that decision to actually ask all the eateries and restaurants and dhabas to ensure that they have identity cards, their names of the manager, owners, proprietors, or the staff on the reception, we saw immediate responses coming from the opposition parties, and of course Congress party was prominently criticizing that decision. And in fact, in Uttar Pradesh's regard, we have seen that in last couple of weeks there have been multiple videos on social media, whether it is of Ghaziabad video or Bulandshahr video, where we've seen a person allegedly urinating a juice there, and one was spitting in roti. So all these videos which were circulating on social media was sending a wrong message, and that was something which Yogi Adityanath made foundation for his decision to provide healthy food to the people of Uttar Pradesh.
Right. Thank you, Arun, for getting us the latest when it comes to the political dynamics surrounding this case. Now, remember, the Congress party opposed this entire directive coming in from the Yogi Adityanath government, but the Himachal Pradesh government also moving in the same direction, which puts the Congress party stand in jeopardy at the end of the day, given this entire matter and the sensitivity of food items served in these states where there is so much religious traffic coming in from the Hindu community. Let's listen into more reactions coming in.
दलित, पिछड़े और जो अल्पसंख्यक हैं उनकी दुकानों को बंद करवाने के लिए प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री ने ये तुगलकी आदेश जारी किया है। भाजपा की सरकार पुलिस को जुल्म और अन्याय करने का अधिकार देने का काम कर रही है। अब पुलिस पूरे प्रदेश में सारे दुकानदारों से वसूली करने का काम करेगी, उन पर फर्जी मुकदमे लगाएगी और मुकदमे लगाने के नाम पर वसूली करने का काम करेगी।
जिस तरह की नफरत खाद्य पदार्थों के मुस्लिम विक्रेताओं के द्वारा हिंदुओं के प्रति दिखाई दे रही है और ये मामला बढ़े उससे पहले योगी सरकार ने ये निर्णय लिया है, ये स्वागत योग्य है और हर व्यक्ति को अपनी दुकान के बाहर ये लिखना ही चाहिए कि उसका नाम क्या है, किस तरह के एम्प्लॉय उसके पास हैं, किस तरह का काम वो लोग करते हैं। एक ग्राहक के नाते, एक हिंदू के नाते ये जानने का अधिकार हर व्यक्ति को है।
And shifting focus to Karnataka, where there is more trouble for Chief Minister Siddharamaiah after a special court has allowed the Lokayukta to launch an investigation into the alleged Muda scam and has asked for a report in the next 3 months. Also, what we are learning is that Siddharamaiah has made it very clear that he will get legal relief very soon, adding that the entire sanction coming in from the governor was politically motivated. Siddharamaiah has also said that he will face the political retaliation coming in from the BJP and the JDS. Remember, the BJP and JDS protested outside Siddharamaiah's residence demanding his resignation, but the Congress High Command firmly behind the Karnataka Chief Minister, calling the entire scandal a political witch hunt.
See, investigation has been ordered by the court. Let investigation take up. There are charge sheet against various ministers, MLAs of BJP government also in the entire country. Why they are not demanding the resignation of them?
How do you think, sir, governor is targeting only Congress leader?
It has already been open secret.
आज कर्नाटका में उनकी सरकार है, जरा देखिए, अभी तो 2 साल हुए हैं, क्या हाल करके रखा है। वहां कांग्रेस के मुख्यमंत्री उन पर जमीन घोटाले के आरोप लगे हैं। जब इसकी जांच शुरू हुई तो कर्नाटका के मुख्यमंत्री हाईकोर्ट चले गए। हाईकोर्ट ने भी उनको एक और डंडा मारा। उन्होंने कहा कोई मदद नहीं होगी और कल ही हाईकोर्ट ने साफ साफ कहा कि जांच के आदेश सही है और जांच होनी चाहिए। अब देखिए, 2 साल मुश्किल से हुए हैं, आदत जाती नहीं है। क्या हरियाणा में इनको ये पाप करने का ठेका दे सकते हैं क्या?
Well, the members of the BJP trying to picket Siddaramaiah's house. They are right next to Siddaramaiah's house. In fact, this is at the Kumarakrupa guest house. That's hardly 100 meters away from the Chief Minister's official residence. They wanted to picket and they've surprised the police here. But the police who had managed to have extra deployment near the Chief Minister's house have now detained all of them and ensured that they don't get anywhere close to the Chief Minister's house. This is the BJP which is demanding Chief Minister's resignation, saying that already the High Court has made scathing remarks. He has no moral right to continue as the Chief Minister of the state, he should resign. This is the demand of the BJP, and now they have launched this protest, tried to picket the Chief Minister's house. At the same time, we've seen the pressure mounting on the Congress party and the Chief Minister. So, BJP workers trying to ensure that the pressure continues on the Chief Minister and this Congress government, launching protests. We've seen protests across the state yesterday at multiple places, and today trying to picket the Chief Minister's house and get out the Chief Minister's house. They've been stopped by the police and detained and taken away from here. But this is something that the BJP intends to do in the coming days. Keep the pressure on the government, ensure that they leave the Congress with no other option, and also that people of Karnataka are aware of what's happening and they continue this pressure not just in Bengaluru but across district sectors in Karnataka.
The JDS today is staging protest at the Freedom Park in Bengaluru, demanding the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Here you can see banners demanding the resignation of Siddaramaiah. This after the Chief Minister is facing prosecution in the alleged Muda land scam case. Remember, yesterday Siddaramaiah made it clear that he will take all the legal routes possible and fight the case, but he will not step down, and also said that he believes in the law and constitution and will take all the legal routes possible but will not resign. In fact, here the JDS is staging protests. Earlier today the BJP also staged protests demanding the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Chorus growing louder for the resignation of Siddaramaiah, even as the Chief Minister has made it clear that he will not step down. So here you can see the JDS staging protests at the Freedom Park and demanding the resignation of Chief Minister. Says that because Chief Minister is involved in the alleged Muda land scam, it's time for the Chief Minister to resign and cooperate with the investigation. That's the word that's coming in from the JDS cadre here, who have gathered at the Freedom Park to stage protests.
But even as pressure continues to mount on Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, the Congress unit is firmly behind the Karnataka CM DK Shivkumar, making it very clear there will be no change of guard in Karnataka.
Protests demanding resignation of Chief Minister, sir. Your response to
No question of Chief Minister resigning.
One of the biggest states in the Congress camp is Karnataka, and the Congress party making it very clear that despite the charges coming in from the BJP, despite the ruling of the Karnataka High Court, the scathing observations which came in from the Karnataka High Court when it came to the Muda scam, as well as the move coming in from the local court in Bengaluru, which has now given sanction to the Lokayukta to conduct an investigation and submit a report in 3 months. The Congress party making it very clear that Siddaramaiah will not quit as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. I'm joined by my colleague Purnima, who had that conversation with DK Shivkumar. Purnima, just a few weeks back, there were all these questions surrounding different factions in the Congress unit. But now, in the wake of the entire Muda scandal, the Congress party firmly behind Chief Minister Siddaramaiah.
Absolutely. All the senior leaders of the Congress have come out in support of Siddaramaiah. DK Shivkumar also saying that there is no question of Chief Minister's resignation. He will continue to be the Chief Minister despite the mounting pressure that's come in from both the BJP and the JDS. Several leaders from the Congress have also made it clear that they will back Siddaramaiah, and also says that it's only investigation and therefore investigation will also bring out the truth and there is no involvement of Siddaramaiah just yet. It's only an investigation that the High Court had referred to, even though they had made scathing remarks against Chief Minister. All the senior leaders and the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka making it clear that Chief Minister will not resign, even though the protests from both the BJP and the JDS will escalate. Tomorrow also they've scheduled protests at the Vidhan Sabha, but no question of resignation is the official word coming in from the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, D.K. Shivkumar.
Right, and I'm also joined by my colleague Harish on the broadcast. So Harish, now for weeks we've been discussing the different scandals that have hit the Congress camp, which has led to a lot of tremors within the Congress unit. But does it seem that in the wake of the Karnataka High Court ruling, the Congress camp seems to have solidified itself in its support for Siddaramaiah?
Absolutely. At this point in time, at least, you have leaders within Karnataka who are expressing their desire to become the next chief minister, rallying behind him. You also have the Congress High Command, which is backing the chief minister. And even for optics' sake, now you have K.C. Venugopal sharing stage with Siddaramaiah. Almost it's happening even as we speak in Nilambur in Kerala. So a very clear message from the rank and file of the Congress party that they are firmly with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. And if you see the kind of ground being made since yesterday, you've had the Chief Minister coming out and saying, even if there is a FIR, there is no necessity for a resignation. They are saying even somebody like H.D. Kumaraswamy, who has a FIR being currently with the Karnataka Lokayukta, he was picked up and he's now part of Modi's cabinet. So there are examples in opposition ruled states, in NDA and BJP ruled states, and even in the state itself, where chief ministers and ministers have continued in power despite a FIR in the Lokayukta. So they have made that ground to say that Siddaramaiah has the right to continue as the chief minister. But within the Congress, perhaps right now they're backing the chief minister, but the question is, would they back him still if tomorrow or a few months down the line you have the Lokayukta registering a FIR, and then comes a time when he'll have to be called in for questioning, and then later on, if the probe is concluded, they might have to approach the governor seeking prosecution sanction. At that point in time, perhaps it will become difficult for the Congress party to justify or even back him.
Right, Harish, but at the same time also, if you just look at the Muda scandal, this is also a huge jolt to a huge political brand in the Congress galaxy of leaders, especially in the south of India.
Absolutely. Siddaramaiah is the undisputed leader, mass leader of Congress party in Karnataka. Nobody can match his stature, especially within the Congress party. And he's somebody who's had a career where there have been allegations of ideological tilt in some of the decisions that he's taken, but never a corruption taint where he's been accused for the first time, direct allegation of his family benefiting from a couple of government decisions. And the chief minister says this is a conspiracy to defame him and in a way put a black mark against his whole 40-year career, political career. But the fact that the court now says prima facie there needs to be an investigation, this is from two courts, one the High Court and the Special Court today. Many would say that Siddaramaiah, who's almost at the fag end of his political career. Remember, he's already declared that he wouldn't be contesting in the 2028 assembly election. So he is at the fag end of his political career. At this time, to in a way indulge in this or this to come out and derail his political legacy that he would want to have as the tallest chief minister in Karnataka after Devraj Aras is something that won't go down well with either the chief minister or the other leaders in the Congress party who are hoping that Siddaramaiah would not just step down after the term, but would ensure that he will campaign for the Congress party in the next assembly election.
Right. Thank you, Harish and Purnima, for joining us on the broadcast and decoding the latest dynamics coming in the wake of that stinging observation coming in from the Karnataka High Court against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. So the knives are out in Karnataka, ladies and gentlemen, but the Congress party firmly behind the Chief Minister. Getting some more breaking news as the second phase of polling is underway in Jammu and Kashmir. Now till 5 p.m. we have got the voter turnout. It is at 54%. Till 5 p.m. in Jammu and Kashmir. That is the big piece of breaking news that's coming in. Jammu and Kashmir maintaining the momentum from the Lok Sabha elections with high voter turnout. 54% till 5 p.m. is the voter turnout in phase 2 of the election. So the shadow of terror, be it Jammu or Kashmir, not deterring the democratic spirit in Jammu and Kashmir, which continues to enjoy the fruits of democracy. And now the first assembly elections underway since the abrogation of Article 370. 54% till 5 p.m. is the voter turnout. Jammu and Kashmir maintaining the momentum since the Lok Sabha elections, since it broke records in the Lok Sabha elections. I'm joined by my colleague Ishan Wani on the broadcast. Ishan, encouraging signs coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, 54% till 5 p.m, phase 2 of the elections.
Well, on expected lines, it was expected that the voter turnout will grow, and it has grown yet again. We have seen that what happened in Lok Sabha, people came out in large numbers to exercise their franchise, and now similar voting pattern is being witnessed in the assembly as well. Now, if you look at data till 5, we have 54% of voting that has taken place, and the highest voting has been in the Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Lok Sabha Assembly seat, and which is followed by Poonch Haveli, and also there has been good number of turnout in Gulabgarh, which is a ST reserve seat. Now, this is an encouraging sign, given the fact that many of these areas had witnessed, attacks and terror that took place in these areas. But they have shown courage, and people have come out to vote in numbers. You also have Surankot, again, at 72.18% of votes have been casted there. And, it is likely to grow, because the last 1 hour, generally, people are busy with, a lot of activities that take place in their areas throughout the day. Many of them come to cast their votes post 4. And now, with some time left for the final turnout to come out, we expect that it might touch 60%. Whether or not that happens, one has to wait and see. But yes, several constituencies have witnessed record numbers. But yes, Habba-Kadal constituency has been the lowest at 15.80. It has been so since the last many years that the voting percentage there has been less. Encouraging signs in terms of the electoral democracy that is unfolding in Jammu and Kashmir post the abrogation of Article 370, where people are coming out in numbers to exercise their franchise and cast their vote. Because there has also been this gap of 10 years since the last election. So people are coming out, they want their voices to be heard, they want their local representatives to take up their issues with the government and ensure that they get job, employment, hospitals are made, roads are made, and that is what is resonating on the ground, and that's why people are coming out in large numbers to cast their vote.
Right, thank you, Ishan, for getting us the latest. So the democratic josh is high in Jammu and Kashmir, 54% till 5 p.m. in phase 2 of the assembly elections. We will continue to track all the developments coming in. For now, quick break. More news and updates on the other side.
कोई भी उम्मीदवार हारने के लिए इलेक्शन नहीं लड़ता, तो हमारे एक्सपेक्टेशंस यही हैं कि आज ज्यादा से ज्यादा वोट जो हैं नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के उम्मीदवारों को पड़ेंगे। जहां नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के उम्मीदवार नहीं हैं, वहां कांग्रेस के साथ हमारे अलायंस के तहत कांग्रेस के उम्मीदवार को जो है वोट मिलने चाहिए। और उम्मीद ये की जा रही है कि 8 अक्टूबर के बाद अक्सरियत हमारी होगी और नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस कांग्रेस की यहाँ पे अलायंस गवर्नमेंट जो है काम करेगी। यही हमारी उम्मीद है। ये डेलीगेशन के हवाले से समझ में नहीं आता, यही लोग जब जम्मू कश्मीर के बारे में कमेंट करते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से बयान आता है कि जम्मू कश्मीर जो है वो हमारा अंदरूनी मामला है, इस पर दूसरों की दखल नहीं होनी चाहिए। अगर दखल नहीं होनी चाहिए, अगर इनके कमेंट्स आपको नहीं चाहिए, तो इनको यहाँ लाया क्यों जा रहा है? और वैसे भी यहाँ लोग वोट अपना इस्तेमाल या इलेक्शन में हिस्सा इसलिए नहीं ले रहे हैं कि वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से बहुत खुश हैं। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तमाम कोशिशों के बावजूद लोग यहाँ इलेक्शन में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं। नहीं तो यहाँ लोगों को तंग करने में, सताने में, परेशान करने में पिछले 6-7 साल से हुकूमत ने कोई कसर बाकी नहीं रखी है। इसके बावजूद लोग अगर इस इलेक्शन में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं तो ये लोगों की, मैं कहता हूँ इसका श्रेय लोगों को जाना चाहिए। लेकिन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कोशिश कर रही है कि इसका सारा क्रेडिट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को मिले, जो कि यहाँ के लोगों के साथ धोखा है। और अगर बाहर के डिप्लोमेट्स को लाया जा सकता है तो मुझे ये बताएं ना, बाहर के जर्नलिस्ट को इजाजत क्यों नहीं दी जा रही है? बाहर के किसी भी जर्नलिस्ट को जिन्होंने अप्लाई किया था इस इलेक्शन को कवर करने के लिए, उन्हें इजाजत नहीं मिली। लेकिन एक गाइडेड टूर टूरिस्ट की तरह इन डिप्लोमेट्स को लाके यहाँ इलेक्शन दिखाए जा रहे हैं, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है।
सर थोड़ा ट्रेंड साउथ कश्मीर में काफी ज्यादा सुबह से ही वोटिंग देखने को मिली, लेकिन श्रीनगर थोड़ा स्लो है। आपको क्यों लग रहा है कि ऐसा हो रहा है?
तब हमारी वोट डालने की आदत नहीं रही है। हम श्रीनगर के लोगों को 35 साल अपना वोट इस्तेमाल करने की आदत नहीं रही। हमें थोड़ा सा सीखना पड़ेगा दोबारा, मतलब घर से निकल के पोलिंग बूथ में जाना। लेकिन मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि बाकी जो सराउंडिंग एरियाज हैं वहां के पोलिंग को देखने के बाद श्रीनगर के लोग भी निकलेंगे और अपने वोट का इस्तेमाल करेंगे, क्योंकि आखिरकार उनको भी अपने एमएलए पे जो है अपने एमएलए से काम मांगने का हक है, और वो हक जो है वोट से शुरू होता है। उन्हें अपने एमएलए को चुनने में जो है अपनी आवाज बुलंद करनी चाहिए और फिर अपने एमएलए से जो है काम मांगने चाहिए। और कुछ
national conference be able to take the lion's share in the second phase, because it's all national conference election.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Now remember, other than speaking about why there must be a foreign delegation visiting Jammu and Kashmir to oversee elections, Omar Abdullah has also spoken about how Rahul Gandhi needs to focus on Jammu more. Now to that, BJP has now taken a dig on the National Conference and Congress alliance, and they have said that their alliance is of confusion with no mission. Also, the kind of statements that are coming shows the frustration of Omar Abdullah and also in turn the Congress party. And further they go on to state that Omar Abdullah is slamming Congress and asking them to focus on Jammu. And that is something that speaks volumes about this particular alliance of confusion as per the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's take a look at Shahzad Poonawala responding to the statements that have been made by Omar Abdullah on the Congress party.
The alliance is an alliance of confusion, no mission or no vision, and therefore we can see the kind of statements that are coming out in frustration because people of Jammu Kashmir are giving them a cold shoulder to these PPP, Parivarwadi, Pakistan Parasti and Patharbazi patronizing parties. And therefore, Omar Abdullah has to contest from 2 seats, and Omar Abdullah is slamming Congress, saying that you focus on Jammu, you have not started your campaign in Jammu, nothing is happening by Congress party in Jammu. Already, before the nikah is final, the talaq has started. It is because people have given them cold shoulder, and after removal of Article 370 and 35A, only support they're getting is from Pakistan. They're getting no other support. They're getting support from terrorists. And we have seen the kind of endorsement they have done. They want to impose 370. On that, Congress is silent. They want to remove Arakshan for Valmiki Samaj. Congress is silent. Congress party is silent on Omar Abdullah's statement on Afzal Guru. And now Afzal Guru's supporter, Omar Abdullah, is slamming Congress and saying that you are not doing anything in Jammu. This is the kind of antagonism that they have in their alliance, only because they are there.
Welcome back, and more breaking news. And the RG Kar rape and murder case that is being investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Now what we are learning is that the CBI suspects that the records at the Tala police station could have been altered by the police present at the station. Also what we are learning is that records may have been altered is what the CBI is telling the court. The CCTV footage of the police station has also thrown up some additional evidence which the Thala police officials might be confronted with, is what we are learning. And the latest in the CBI investigation into the RG Kar rape and murder, the CBI suspects that false records may have been created by the Kolkata police. That is the big piece of breaking news that's coming in. I'm joined by my colleague Arunima on the broadcast. So Arunima, more questions being raised against the Kolkata police when it comes to what happened on the night of the rape and murder.
Yes, we are just looking.
आप जिस व्यक्ति से Right, we'll try to reconnect with Arunima over there, but that is the big piece of news that's coming in, as the CBI suspects that false records were created by the local police station when it comes to the RG Kar rape and murder. The CBI has told the court that the records may have been altered. The CCTV footage of the police station has also thrown up some additional evidence over which the police officers may be confronted by the sleuths of the CBI. Arunima is back with us on the broadcast to get more details when it comes to this aspect of the CBI investigation. More twists and turns continue in the RG Kar rape and murder case. Arunima, give us the details.
So the Tala police station OC is already under scanner along with Sandeep Ghosh for alleged conspiracy to destroy evidence. What the CBI has told the court is that they suspect that the records at the Tala police station might have been tampered with. The CCTV footage from the police station has been sent for forensic analysis. That report is expected in a couple of days. And based on what the forensics experts tell CBI, they might want to interrogate the two further. But at this stage, CBI has allowed them to proceed to judicial custody while they wait for the FSL report. The narco test is also something that the CBI wants to conduct, but the consent of that is still pending.
Absolutely. The role of the police officials continues to be under the scanner. Thank you, Arunima, for joining us on the broadcast with that piece of breaking news. That's all we have to pack in on the show. Up next, Plain Speak with Poonam Burde.
Brought to you by
and power and for their own special status, not for the special status of the people of Jammu Kashmir. Nikah se pehle hi talaq.
Now also joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Sameer Bhatt, who's joining us from Naushera in Jammu. Sameer, सबसे पहले तो जम्मू में जो वोटर टर्नआउट हुआ है, हमें ये जानकारी मिल रही है कि 10% वोटर टर्नआउट ऑलरेडी रिकॉर्ड कर दिया गया है. अभी हम सिर्फ अर्ली फेजेस ऑफ इलेक्शन की बात कर रहे हैं. इसके बारे में थोड़ा ताज़ा जानकारी दीजिए हमें.
देखिए, अगर हम राजौरी, पुंछ और रियासी की बात करें तो यहाँ पे टर्नआउट अच्छा हुआ है. रियासी की अगर हम बात करें तो 14% हुआ है. राजौरी और पुंछ में भी 12% हुआ है. और जहाँ नौशहरा में हूँ यहाँ पे भी अच्छा टर्नआउट देखने को मिल रहा है. और आप देख सकते हैं जो यहाँ पे खड़े हैं लोग अपनी बारी का इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं. और ये जो विजुअल्स हैं, ये जो आपको दृश्य दिख रहे हैं, ये हर जगह पे आपको यही दृश्य दिखेंगे. और लगातार लोगों का आना भी जारी है. आप देख सकते हैं हमारे साथ. आप वोट डालने आ रहे हैं?
जी सर, हाँ, वोट डालने के लिए आए हैं. और यहाँ के सबसे पॉपुलर और लोगों का कुछ बनाने वाले सिर्फ रैना साहब हैं.
जी, वो आपकी अपनी है. किसको आप वोट डाल रहे हैं? इशू क्या है जो आप किन उम्मीदों के साथ नई सरकार से चाहते हैं?
सर, ये नई सरकार का हम ये चाहते हैं कि जो हमारे गांव में लंबेरी एक पछड़ा हुआ गांव था, रैना साहब ने रेड एंट्री से दिल्ली की हिस्ट्री में लिखवा दिया. ये सबसे बड़ा काम है. और इस काम के लिए अगर रैना साहब यहाँ से जीत के अब सेंटर में भेजेंगे, हमारे जो रहते हुए काम हैं इन्होंने बहुत यहाँ से डेवलपमेंट की है. लेकिन हम ये उम्मीद करते हैं कि रैना साहब यहाँ से जीत के जाएं, सेंटर से कुछ अमाउंट लाएंगे और इलाके की आगे तरक्की होगी. हम इसी पे उम्मीद रखते हैं.
10 साल के बाद है. और जब यहाँ पे गाँव की बात कर रहे हैं, गाँव में अपने अपने मसले हैं, मुश्किलात होती हैं. आपको क्या लगता है? बहुत सारी चीज़ें तो हुई हैं, जो अभी तक नहीं हुआ है वो क्या क्या है?
रैना साहब ने यहाँ के तो 4 चांद लगा दिए, रास्ते बना दिए, सड़कें बना दी, स्कूल सीधे कर दिए. आप ये उम्मीद करते हैं कि ये यहाँ के जीत की जाएंगे और जो काम रहते हैं उनको ये पूरा कर पाएंगी.
ठीक है, कुछ लोगों से जो युवा हैं उनसे भी बात करें. आप युवा हैं, पहली बार वोट डाल रहे हैं?
नहीं,
सेकंड बार है. क्या आप चाहते हैं? उम्मीदें क्या हैं नई सरकार से? जो आपके चुने हुए लेजिस्लेटर उनसे क्या चाहते हैं?
अच्छा करें और क्या सकते.
आपने पढ़ा है?
हाँ.
कितनी तक पढ़ाई की?
मैं 10th.
अच्छा, तो यहाँ पे आप क्या चाहते हैं? बेरोजगारी क्योंकि
दूसरे फेज की पोलिंग जो है सुबह से शुरू हुई है. फिलहाल जो रिपोर्ट्स हैं, अच्छी तादाद में वोटर जो है अपने वोट का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं. अब मुझसे बार बार पूछा जाता है कि हमारी क्या उम्मीदें हैं, हमारी क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं. मैम, कोई भी उम्मीदवार हारने के लिए इलेक्शन नहीं लड़ता. तो हमारे एक्सपेक्टेशंस यही हैं कि आज ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा वोट जो हैं नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के उम्मीदवारों को पड़ेंगे. जहां नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस के उम्मीदवार नहीं हैं वहां कांग्रेस के साथ हमारे अलायंस के तहत कांग्रेस के उम्मीदवार को जो है वोट मिलने चाहिए. और उम्मीद ये की जा रही है कि 8 अक्टूबर के बाद अक्सरियत हमारी होगी और नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस कांग्रेस की यहाँ पे अलायंस गवर्नमेंट जो है काम करेगी. यही हमारी उम्मीद है. ये डेलीगेशन के हवाले से समझ में नहीं आता. यही लोग जब जम्मू कश्मीर के बारे में कमेंट करते हैं तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के तरफ से बयान आता है कि जम्मू कश्मीर जो है वो हमारा अंदरूनी मामला है, इस पर दूसरों की दखल नहीं होनी चाहिए। अगर दखल नहीं होनी चाहिए, अगर इनके कमेंट्स आपको नहीं चाहिए, तो इनको यहाँ लाया क्यों जा रहा है? और वैसे भी यहाँ लोग वोट अपना इस्तेमाल या इलेक्शन में हिस्सा इसलिए नहीं ले रहे हैं कि वो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से बहुत खुश हैं। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तमाम कोशिशों के बावजूद लोग यहाँ इलेक्शन में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं, नहीं तो यहाँ लोगों को तंग करने में, सताने में, परेशान करने में पिछले 6-7 साल से हुकूमत ने कोई कसर बाकी नहीं रखी है। इसके बावजूद लोग अगर इस इलेक्शन में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं तो ये लोगों की, मैं कहता हूँ इसका श्रेय लोगों को जाना चाहिए। लेकिन गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कोशिश कर रही है कि इसका सारा क्रेडिट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को मिले, जो कि यहाँ के लोगों के साथ धोखा है। और अगर बाहर के डिप्लोमेट्स को लाया जा सकता है तो मुझे ये बताएं ना, बाहर के जर्नलिस्ट को इजाजत क्यों नहीं दी जा रही है? बाहर के किसी भी जर्नलिस्ट को जिन्होंने अप्लाई किया था इस इलेक्शन को कवर करने के लिए, उन्हें इजाजत नहीं मिली। लेकिन एक गाइडेड टूर टूरिस्ट की तरह इन डिप्लोमेट्स को लाके यहाँ इलेक्शन दिखाए जा रहे हैं, ये अच्छी बात नहीं है।
सर थोड़ा ट्रेंड साउथ कश्मीर में काफी ज्यादा सुबह से ही वोटिंग देखने को मिली, लेकिन श्रीनगर थोड़ा स्लो है। आपको क्यों लग रहा है कि ऐसा हो रहा है?
Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. On August 9, the central government constituted a 21-member joint parliamentary committee to explore the possible changes in the Waqf Amendment Bill. Since then, over 1 crore email responses have come at the panel's door suggesting changes or affirming the proposed changes. Now, this panel has the next 3 months to finish its report and get back to the parliament. But there's a twist in the tale. BJP member of parliament and a member of this particular JPC has written to its chairman raising concerns over this 1 crore plus responses. Nishikant Dubey has claimed that this unprecedented volume not only sets a global record for legislative submissions, but it also invites scrutiny over the intent and motivations and sources behind these communications. Nishikant Dubey believes that it's vital that this committee addresses these concerns head-on. It's important to ensure integrity and independence of this entire process, he says. I'll take you through those details in just a bit, but this JPC is undertaking a mammoth consultation process. Its members will visit at least 5 major cities in the next 1 week. Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Chennai and Bengaluru is where they're going to be seeking feedback